telling you, today it's on October 8th, 2024, the next day. So I went through a 10-hour shift yesterday in my new job, sort of, anyway. So how did it go? Well, I mean, we're on a training session right now. Like, it was another guy besides me that they're training about. It was like another part. It was another department or another group of people that they were doing, and it was 14 total in that other group. But I think half of them already did not show up or something. I don't know, but anyway, so. You know what's crazy last night is like my toofers broke last night. When I was eating a meal for my lunch, my toofers or teats broke. Like these two over here broke. You want to see it? I know, it looks like shit. I know. But I do know the partials that I have, they're getting old. And I might have to replace those pretty soon because they're 5 years old. I mean, apparently these two teeth broke. It just broke last night. And I couldn't even eat. I couldn't eat last night and everything because I just couldn't eat because it broke and it hurt. So, I mean, but I was okay though for the rest of the night. But anyway, but I'm okay now. I can eat now because that toofers fell off, apparently. Yeah. Now, yeah, it's weird to talk about that on the internet, but whatever. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get the money to fix it. And actually, I won't even fix my teeth. I'm just going to I'll have to get new partials. I have to get new partials eventually anyway. But I'm going to see what I'm going to do about my teeth. But I don't have the money right now. So, anyways, last night, so we were on a training session. And I think the first 2 nights, they say, is going to be the most boring. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of, I mean. Because all I did last night was just, all I did was listen to their rules. You know, like, they passed out a bunch of rules, and it's a lot of things. And then we had to fill out forms or just, like, fill out, like, questionnaires or past tests or whatever. I mean, well, it's like a test where we can, we don't need to, know the answers. We just ask them for the answer. But anyway, it's all about, they're really, really strict about safety in the job. I mean, I think all of these distribution centers are very, very strict on the safety of everybody there. So yeah, and then, anyways, so that's what I was doing all night long last night, just sitting on a chair, listening to the rules or that kind of thing. And you know what's crazy at that warehouse is that I saw that they actually have robotic forklifts there. Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. I think it's an automated forklifts. That's the first time to ever see that, I mean, in person. But, you know, I can imagine, like, say, 10 years from now, like, all of these distribution center jobs is going to be all automated and stuff, you know, like, yeah. And there's, like, an area in this job that I'm in now. I mean, they're marking it off completely for automation work. So, yeah. So from what I could see, I'm gonna be driving the high reach forklift. It's gonna be the same one too, like a Raymond brand high reach. I'm gonna be driving one of those for my job, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna be doing basically the same thing I did with my other job, like what they call pallet picks and maybe, I don't know about replans or case picks, that kind of thing, you know, like pallet picks and staging and, you know, like the things that we do with a forklift or with a high reach. So, yeah, it looks like that's what I'm going to be doing. And, I mean, it's 2 weeks of training, they say. But I think I heard that for some people, they can get done in less than 2 weeks or even in just 1 week. You know, it depends on how good we are. And that kind of also depends, like, whether I have experience or not. Like, well, I have experience on this whole thing, so I could probably be ready in like a week, maybe. But anyways, so after the 2 weeks of training, I guess I'm gonna be working from 6 p.m. until 4 o'clock a.m. Monday through Thursday for the rest of this week. Well, actually, no. Yeah, Monday through Thursday for 2 weeks, this week and next week. So, like, 10-hour days, graveyard. And then, how I call it after that, they say that they're going to set me up at a shift of from 2 o'clock p.m. until 8:30 p.m., which is part-time, 6.5 hours, Monday through Friday. Well, that's interesting because they're only doing part-time for me, or that's what they told me I'm going to be doing once I'm trained. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing, I guess. I mean, like 2 weeks into the training. Yeah, for this, well, apparently, I know, I mean, I'm used to graveyard shifts, because I worked graveyard before. I mean, it's weird, the scheduling, the sleeping schedule is a bit twisted, but, I mean, I can get used to it. I mean, well, a lot of times, I have insomnia anyway. I mean, a lot of times, I can't sleep. I always have nights where I can't sleep, and I don't sleep until like 3 or 4 o'clock anyway. So, I mean, this job will be fine for the time being until... So, anyways, if everything goes good with this job... Oh, yeah, and another thing about this job... Well, the lady tells me that there's always work there. So, I mean, so I would probably assuming that I could stay there as long as I want, I guess, because, I mean, a lot of times you get temporaries. And sometimes you get temporaries, but they could be in the job for years. I mean, I seen that in my job. I seen that in my last job. I mean, like, we had temporaries who were there for, like, probably more than a couple years, yeah. And they were temporary workers. I would probably see the same thing here. I could probably stay here as long as I want to be. I mean, but for me, I want to just see how it is. I would feel like it's going to be, this job is not bad, because I know, like, I heard that people do like the pay, or people like the benefits on this job, or on this company anyway. But I was hearing reviews that it's a hostile work area, or the managers, the bad man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, my job is like that too. I mean, well, anyway. So, and then also they tell us that how do you call it? Like in the they have hiring events every so often there. So So when they have these hiring events, like I think they say they're gonna have one in November. Otherwise, they'll probably have one in January. And then they tell me that they tell me that I could apply to be direct hired there if I want to. Like, well, I think any of us has an opportunity to be directly hired there at any of those job like opening events. Well, I mean, it makes me wonder why they're always like hiring new people. Yeah, and sometimes it makes me wonder. Yeah. Well, my last job was just like that too. I mean, they're hiring people all the time, but I think it's just simply because, I mean, the stress is pretty high. It's pretty high in these kind of jobs, but for me, I can't handle it. I mean, but also they tell me, I asked a lady that do they mandate overtime? Do they mandate for us to stay 6 days a week, that's 12 hours a day or something? Do they mandate? I asked her that, but then she said no, they don't do that anymore. And then that company, well, that's what she said anyway, that they don't do that anymore, overtime. But I don't know. I mean, or overtime, or make us work more than, well, I don't know if it's more than 4 hours, or well, they she just basically told me that they don't mandate us to stay overtime, but of course, unless you wanted to. But I mean, that's good because I probably wouldn't want to work 6 days a week or 7 days a week. You know, my other job was like that. You know, I'll tell you. I mean, I probably would not be a fan of doing that anymore. But anyways, it looks like I'm back to bringing this bag to my job for lunch. Well, all right. Well, I hope you liked this video. So I'll see you on the next one. All right.